now that our entire yearly offering of content is on the table, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone, today I wanted to take a bit of time to re-examine the best ways to rank up, both for levels towards your prestige or prestige master, or your weapon leveling, because some constants remain while others are brand new that just seem to blow the progression right out of the water compared to what we had last week before the Season 1 update. So drop your thoughts as we go along. Anything you're playing more than something else to get either level or weapon XP, let me know, and make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video or find it at all insightful. As well, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6. It is possible we could have crossed the 600,000 subscriber mark as of this video being published, in which case, truly do appreciate all the love and support here in this launch window so far. Can't thank you guys enough. If you're new to the channel, I'd love to have you in the community, but for now, let's get into it. So let's start out with weaponry, because I feel like for people jumping over into Warzone right now, that might be the more important thing, to have weapons leveled up. Whereas, of course, your prestige, you can last the entire year going at whatever pace you'd like. So in prior games, one of the big things that really helped was contract and associated actions for weapon XP. And every single year, Warzone's integration meant, okay, we can jump in and kind of farm contracts and plunder to get things done very quickly. And before the integration with Season 1, that's why decoy grenades were so effective initially with the launch of Black Ops 6, and why you'd see so much spam of that in hardcore and stuff like that. It gave compounding XP to those that would do those things with that weapon out. So with pre-season 1, we talked about how the multiplayer strat was hardcore face-off, strategist perks, perk greed with assassin for extra bonus XP, and then things like prox alarms or something like that, that again, you can throw and give you more XP as you go along. That still holds up. I still think that's the best. Toss on a scrambler there, put it in the middle of stakeout, and with hardcore, you'll end up getting all that bonus XP, but people won't even notice that that scrambler's there because you don't have a UAV. I still think for a multiplayer, that's probably the best way to go about it. The zombie strat we talked about pre-season 1, farming the rampage inducer in Liberty Falls, that was incredible. Not necessarily for every single weapon though, like snipers. Absolutely would not recommend that. You get massacred here if you tried that, but on average with the rampage inducer, I was getting like 15 to 16 levels every single game that I'd end up going until like round 25, 31, 36, depending on how long I wanted to play. The reason this worked well is just because you were taking those rounds of zombies and condensing it. You basically had no changeover time between rounds. Zombies were coming in a lot faster, so it kind of just took the standard however long you wanted to play and then condensed it by like half the time. So that's why it was beneficial to use. But then that brings us to Season 1, where we now get additional ways to rank up. One of the big ones, of course, was the question mark of, okay, well, Plunder, does that work well? Can you farm contracts to end up getting that compounding XP like you could have in the past? Now, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that is all that great for this. The contracts, by comparison to years prior, seem to do minimal for your overall XP yield. That seems to be nerfed, whether intentionally or unintentionally, but if you end up going for kills in either Plunder or like Resurgence or something, that still offers a great XP yield, and it's honestly something that the XP yield by comparison to multiplayer or zombies kills, it seems pretty high by comparison. So if you can end up dropping tons of kills every single game, I think you can absolutely grind out weapons pretty quickly with this. But at the same time, that's where it comes down to, okay, do you want to grind out sweaty lobbies of either Resurgence, or if you're going up and trying to really sweat and Plunder, is it really worth it? That's where the sort of opposite side of that coin, another great way, and probably the better way to rank up your weapons, comes down to zombies, where it's a little bit droning, mind-numbing, but it's absolutely something that is fast and no stress at all. That's the zombies directed mode. This, I'm going to sing praises for it a bit, but it's one of those things that I think is the most chill way I've seen to rank up your weapons thus far. And frankly, as we'll touch on in a second, your overall rank as well, though it's not as one-sided of an answer, I'd say, for overall rank. But directed mode, for those unaware, was added with Season 1, and it's a kind of way to put training wheels on the Easter eggs for Black Ops 6. And I don't mean for that to come off as like almost insulting or anything, but it's genuinely a way to allow players that are super casual, not really into zombies, to be able to do these Easter eggs and experience it for themselves. So it's one of those things that teaches you as you go along how to do the Easter eggs, but the big part is it caps rounds per each step of the Easter egg, meaning that you can essentially stay at whatever round you like, and you have full control over that as long as you don't complete the next step to raise that cap. Meaning, yeah, you can farm in zombies. Both critical kills for your zombies camos or just general zombies kills for weapon XP. It's a great option here and is way more laid back than the rampage inducer, than going into multiplayer and grinding hardcore, than going into plunder trying to get a ton of kills. For me, I'd say this is absolutely the way that I'd recommend it. I'd say also the sweet spot for this is around like round 15 or so, though I've played multiple different checkpoints, 11, 12, 15. 15 just kind of seems like the zombies are fast enough to spawn in and have enough of a large wave that you can clear 80 to 90% of the zombies in one train, then keep moving on, and they'll still come in a little quicker. And that's one of those things that comes down to subjective opinion. Do you want to end up going to 15? Sometimes the lower checkpoints of like 11 to 13 or whatever, I forget off the top of my head which ones are actually the checkpoint stopping points, but some of those end up having manglers that will spawn every single wave at that capped wave, that it can help out your zombies camos a little further. But to me, 15 was probably my sweet spot. And also, the smaller the area, the better I've found. Less spawn points means that they won't have to spend a ton of time coming across a massive space coming to you, and also means they'll end up coming into the round of play quicker. So you can end up turning those rounds over and over a little faster. Also, remember that medals offer solid bonus XP, so if you can take them all out in one fell swoop, like train them up and then take them out within 40 to 50 rounds of your ammo, you're gonna get so many medals and so much bonus XP compounding over time. One by one, you can do, but it just doesn't help you as much. This way will net me about 20-ish levels or so, around every 50 minutes to an hour, I'd say, and it's expedited once you get set up. Like the first 20 to 30 minutes or so go pretty slow as you get kitted for your weapons, armor, perks, and that round cap sorted that you want to go to. But it was to the point where just about every single horde of that capped wave I'd take out, I was getting another weapon level. And so it was genuinely easy, super beneficial. Best part, you can set a save file and quit and come back to it. Like for me, I ended up hitting level 55 and I was like, I have wasted so much actual XP that I'm not getting anything because I'm at that XP cap. So I saved my game, backed out, prestiged, picked right back up, and then got right back into it. And because I was at that point where I was just farming, I got so much XP. I think I got from like level 1 to 22 or 23 or something like that in like a 45-minute span. So it's hugely beneficial. And honestly, that now translates over into the talk of the best ways to rank up, generally speaking, your overall level XP. Honestly, again, I'd say the directed mode is still probably way more chill, way more beneficial than any of the other modes right now. For me, there were games where I was getting 200,000 XP and up at points in about an hour of playtime. So highly, highly beneficial. Another one that is a very big help here is playing Resurgence with a squad. This is one of those things that I honestly feels like XP's a little all over the place. I feel like wins contribute a lot to the XP overall, and it will tell you how much XP you actually do get after every single game, so you can kind of track this and see the sort of patterns that may be set up as you continue to play, as you get more kills, as you win more. And I was getting roughly like 30 to 40,000 XP every single game, and that was about every 15 minutes or so, maybe like 20 getting into a lobby and then the post-game after-action report, that sort of changeover if you're taking real time. So that is honestly, I think, the secondary best way to rank up your overall levels as of Season 1's update. Now, the big part about all of this, I'd say, it really kind of hinges on double XP. So double XP weekends obviously are very, very beneficial this time around. We don't know when the next one will be, but if you have at all opportunity to play during double XP weekends this year, absolutely take advantage of it. But then there's also the other thing of XP tokens. And that's kind of where I want to bring into mentioning today's little fiasco with XP tokens, where honestly, I think this is kind of one of the first big fumbles that Treyarch and Call of Duty have had with Black Ops 6. Like, I think that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has been broken with the game that are either minor inconveniences or stuff that's just super irritating, but it's usually fixed out. This, I think, is one of the things that was like, why did you make this? There's no positive PR spin for this. And that is the fact that yesterday with the Season 1 update for Black Ops 6, all of the previously earned and banked XP tokens for Weapon XP, Rank XP, and Battle Pass XP that were supposed to transfer from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3 and then into Warzone, it was mentioned that we would not have them in Black Ops 6. For whatever reason, they did transfer to Black Ops 6 here. So it was one of those things that was like, okay, very pleasant surprise. Nobody really sees a downside here of this. A lot of people probably ended up having hundreds of hours of XP across double weapon, rank, or Battle Pass XP that they could then use and access in Black Ops 6. Well, as of today's update, that was actually removed from Black Ops 6. And so, like, on one hand, it's really stupid to do that, where, okay, you remove XP tokens from the UI, that's really a bummer and sucks. But what I don't understand, even further, personally speaking, on why it was removed, is that you can go over into Warzone, activate a token that you had, of course, still banked there, all of your Black Ops 6 ones, and combined with your Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 save tokens. You can activate it in Warzone and then just jump back over to Black Ops 6, and the effects will still transfer, as they did with the Warzone 1 sort of integrations with Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard. It'll even show on your user interface that you have double XP active. So, like, if that integration still, of course, happens, why remove them? If you have the same endpoint that you can end up getting to, why not make it easier for players to come back to? So that's a weird thing that happened today, and it's a frustrating, annoying thing that is just a weird way to do it. But if you have XP tokens, absolutely use them if you use any of these methods. If you don't have them in Black Ops 6, you do in Warzone, jump over into Warzone, back out after you activate them, and then jump into Black Ops 6 to take advantage of this stuff. But anyways, that is the best ways to rank up as of Season 1 so far. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular you found to be beneficial to your ranking and XP journey within Season 1? Feel free to drop it down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing running all things Black Ops 6. We still have a lot up on deck that I'm excited to share with you guys and looking forward to the future with. And again, if we did hit 600,000 subscribers by the time this video ends up being published, cannot thank you guys enough for the continued support. Truly, truly does mean the world to me. So thank you. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.